they're going to want to be successful this set.
High crew to take to the skies. Does find the touch, but Burning Place stops him. Okifin will find a much-needed clear. Redirected back down in front. High crew, no, it was AZ with the shot, and Swordbird able to careen this one away after Burning Place made the good save. Now High Crew, once again looking for AZ out in mid. Shot is on off the post. The rebound from High Crew. What an angle he finds on the rebound to make it 6-1.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note right here, that passing play right there that set this goal up, because they were able to get that around that defender with that aerial pass, and then Hiker with that, as you mentioned, a really nice angle shot to put that into the back of the net and regain their 5-goal lead.
Very easy on those angles to just kind of punch it off the wall and have the ball either go nowhere or pinch all the way across, but High Crew doing a fantastic job of sniping that angle. And another one for the board here. High Crew with 5 of 7 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's having himself a night, but that's because his teammates are feeding him. AZ with a great pass right there. Swordbird unable to get a touch on the ball, and High Crew's just able to tap it in. His teammates are passing it to him, and he's converting, so why try and change what's working?
We've seen when Montana is having big days, it's courtesy of High Crew, it feels like. Most notably in those sets against Colorado, there were games where he was having 1,000 points in back-to-back games, and so when he gets going, the Grizzlies are one of the most dangerous teams, especially in that Western Conference.
Yeah, he's definitely the leader of that team. I'd say he's probably their most efficient offensive player. But one man doesn't make a team. One skilled offenseman does not make a team. The supporting cast is just as important, to set up plays, to pass the ball. And sometimes that star player has an off night. Sometimes they're not clicking on all cylinders, and you need those other two guys to be able to step into that void. So High Crew's very, very talented, but the rest of his team deserves some credit too, because they're just as good.
AZ and Okifin have done fantastic so far this season. Numerous times getting on the scoreboard and the assist sheet. And now with 30 seconds left, Niagara looking for any bit of momentum to cap out game number 1. Puts it to the boards out here. Passisitzel cannot find the touch. Okifin cutting him off, and it just feels like the Purple Eagles can't gather up possession cleanly in this offensive zone.
Yeah, no, they're just kind of stuck, you know, when they're in the Montana zone. It seems to me like they're kind of haphazardly throwing the ball around, save for that one goal. And because of that, they're not getting grade A shots, and Montana's converting on all theirs, and they're getting the power clearances, Montana is, and that's setting up their offense. So just a significantly cleaner game from Montana, a faster game from Montana, obviously a more powerful offensive game, and that's what won them that game.
Yeah, 13-4 in shots. The final score was a Brazil. Montana wins game 1 7-1. And something I noticed that as that game went on, was that Niagara, it felt like it was a lot of right plan but wrong execution. The rotation seemed solid, except for Montana's was just a step faster. The passing plays were there were players in the area, but the pass was just too far and Montana would cut it off.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder, is that a case of the substitute not really gelling with the main roster? Is that just a skill difference between Niagara or Montana? Whatever the case is, they certainly need to clean it up. They need to speed up their game a little bit, and they just need to make it just a bit crisper, because as you mentioned, they are making the correct plays. They cleaned up that defensive zone. They weren't double committing as much on the ball, but you're right in saying they just need to be a little bit crisper in order to keep themselves more level in this game.
Yeah, and as we get ready for game number 2, we'll have to see if they can make those adjustments. When you're being outpaced like that, what is the kind of quick fix in a set like this?
Well, there is really no quick fix. The best thing I can say is you really just need to try and slow the game down. I don't think Niagara's going to be able to play at the speed of Montana, but what they can do is slow the game down to their pace, where they can make plays, where they can be effective. I think that's the most important thing for them to do.
High Crew getting that first goal on the board is not a good sign for the Purple Eagles, but Montana's offense picking up where it left off. That one off the backboard. High Crew down, but the angle's not quite there. Shot it far right. And AZ keeping the pressure on. That one is on net. Back post and in. AZ makes it 2-0.
Yeah, and that's just a really nice read right there. AZ puts it off the backboard, gets his own pass, and he's able to read. And that's really a tough angle shot again from the Grizzlies. So they're reading their angles very well. And for AZ to be able to read his own pass off the backboard is a really skilled play, and that puts them up 2-0.
Not only that, it felt like Burning Plays was kind of expecting a touch, didn't get one, and then couldn't get back to the ball in time. AZ's recovery on point, and O'Keefe getting that pass down to make it 3-0.
That's a really nice aerial pass right there. AZ, that's a really smart touch. It shows his ball control. It shows the control of his car. He's able to redirect it right where O'Keefe can put it into the back of the net. That's a great passing play from Montana.
And not only was it the perfect spot for O'Keefe, but it was right over top of that defender. Just enough power on it to get it over top. Now a chance for Niagara. They'll score here. It's Swordbird behind the defense.
And that's a much needed goal. Hopefully for Niagara, excuse me, they can get back. That's the momentum goal that can get them back into this game. Again, that's a counterpunch play though. When Montana missed their opportunity getting into the Niagara zone, Niagara was able to counter that and bring the ball back into the Montana zone and convert on it. That's what they need to do, as I said earlier, to keep themselves in this game.
And a great shot too. Swordbird kind of slowing the pace down, like you said, and able to sneak one by. But now Finn on the counterattack has two players there. The shot saved by Swordbird, diving across there. Minimal boost to work with, and High Crew can't find the touch. Will be able to pick up corner boost or not. So the corner boost was stolen away. And AZ will find the clear regardless, so the Purple Eagles will backtrack here. Passionitzel throwing that one off the wall. High Crew centering it, gets back to it, does it all by himself. Make it 4-1 Montana.
And High Crew certainly turned on this game. That is a fantastic solo effort right there. He's able to pass the ball out to the center, pick up his own center, and then drive it into the back of the net. That's a really fantastic solo effort, and that just shows how effective High Crew has been so far this set.
And the recognition, too, to know that he has the time and space to go for that play. The defenders were not ready for it. That's just high IQ gameplay there from High Crew.
Speaking to that, though, he was not pressured, and that's why he had that time and space. And again, right there on that goal, Niagara's defense is not pressuring the ball as much as they could be. And because of that, they're just kind of getting routed in their own defensive zone. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. Not aggressive to the point where they're overcommitting like they were earlier, but they do need to be aggressive, or else the ball's just going to stay in their half.
Tough play there for Swordbird. Thought he'd have a little bit more time to react, and he did not. And the Grizzlies were able to capitalize. So 5-1, just over 3 minutes remaining. The Purple Eagles back on defense as Pasha Schnitzel stops one attempt. Another center here is denied by Swordbird, and O'Keefe drops that one down for High Crew. Shot is wide, rebound kicked up central. But Swordbird able to answer that play. Burning Plays now. He's denied. Pasha Schnitzel with a save on High Crew's chip shot, and O'Keefe will have to back off this one. Regroup here, has some space to work with, but he is bumped as he goes for the air dribble. Once more towards the center of the box. Towards the corner, he is denied. The rebound shot is in from AZ. It's 6-1.
That's unfortunate right there for Swordbird. I believe that was Swordbird. Watching this replay again, yeah, it was. He wasn't able to get up in time. Had he got that touch, that could have been a clearance to get that ball out of danger. Rather, he's just not high enough. He's not able to get there, and because of that, Montana goes up by 5 goals.
And maybe an unexpected touch there too. Pasha Schnitzel was looking to make a play off the backboard, didn't get all the way there, and kind of caught the corner of his car and redirected it down in front. But either way, Montana was there to capitalize. They have been opportunistic this set.
Yeah, and I think that's the perfect term to describe their offense. As soon as Niagara's defense makes a mistake, they're right on top of it. There again, a missed clearance by Niagara's defense. O'Keefe just kind of chips it over. Swordbird attempts a clear, misses on it, and High Crew just reads that mistake immediately. He's able to counter that and put it into the back of the net. Opportunistic is the name of the game for Montana right now.
And another smart play there from High Crew, recognizing, hey, if I go for this challenge at this angle and win it, it's going to go on net. Speaking of, AZ on the air dribble, making it 8-1.
That's a really smart aerial play. He's able to take the ball off the wall and guide himself into the back of the net. No resistance from the defense. A little bit of an early dive from the Niagara defender. I didn't see who that was. He did commit to it a little bit early, left the net open for AZ to just kind of glide in with the ball and put them up by 7.
So big lead here in game 2, and High Crew looking to extend it. Looking for the bump in front, but Pasha gets to stop the rebound from AZ, pinched off the corner and away. Montana cannot find another one. That one will be recentered though. Swordbird to stop that play in its tracks, and the Purple Eagles trying to find some offense here, but the positioning and where Montana is kind of finding the gaps in this Niagara defense and just putting the ball into open space, and the Purple Eagles are getting caught out of position time and time again because of it.
Yeah, and that just speaks to the speed of Montana's offense. They're not slowing down. I see that Niagara's attempting to slow this game down by passing and trying to just play slow, but unfortunately for them, Montana's just too fast. They're positionally sound. They're reading every pass, every defensive shift that Niagara's making. Right there, another beautiful pass to the center of the field puts them up by 8, but they're just reading all of the mistakes that Niagara's making, and they're capitalizing on seemingly every single one of them.
The other part of that play I liked is that you see AZ has that control through the air. He doesn't get much height, but he still finds the angle of his car to get a lot of power on that shot and make sure no one on the defense was ready for it. Even though you look back on that replay and you'll note all 3 defenders for Niagara were in net, unlike this school where they are completely gone from the goalie box.
Yeah, High Crew with a nice touch in right there. Missed Burning Plays, I believe that was, missed the touch on the ball, and their defense was already pushing up, expecting a clear, and because of that, nobody was back, and that's just a wide open net for Montana to deposit in.
High Crew looking for one more, cannot find it as we are down to just about 40 seconds remaining here in game number 2, and barring a miracle, oh my goodness, what a save from Pasha Snitzel, dropping down from the ceiling in order to make that play happen. But this game is all but done and dusted as High Crew will find one more for the road. He's got 4 this game.
Yeah, we're past miracle and on to act of God at this point. 28 seconds left in the game, up by 10. But what Niagara can do is try and convert on one play, get one goal to cap this game off, and then maybe, just maybe, carry that momentum into that game 3. Maybe force a game 4. That's got to be what's on their minds right now.
20 seconds remaining here. Swordbird trying to find the clear. High Crew with another good pinch. No touch off the backboard from the Purple Eagles defense. The recenter for Okefin is denied by Burning Plays. As 10 seconds remain here, this ball will be centered, but Swordbird is there to answer. Burning Plays can't find the touch either, and Pasha Snitzel has to retreat with no boost as time will expire, and this ball will touch the ground off the ramp. Montana solidly take game 2.
Yeah, that was just a sound victory for them. It seemed like they connected on everything. Well, look at that. AZ and High Crew combined for 20 shots. That's just incredible to me. And somehow Okefin scored without taking a shot on net. That's interesting. But that's just a really sound offensive game from Montana, and it just seemed like they were converting on every single thing they put towards the net.
Yeah, and this is something we've seen time and time again from the Purple Eagles so far, is that it feels like, once again, the idea is there. You have all 3 players in net and you look to try and break out, but the execution on such plays is just being cut off by smart plays from people like High Crew, people like AZ, just playing fast. And there's also something to be said about improvisation in this game as well, because it feels like that's what High Crew and AZ have done so well in this set.
Yeah, they're absolutely just reading. They're reading Niagara's plays, and improvisation is key because they're taking what Niagara gives them and countering it almost perfectly. They're reacting perfectly to Niagara's plays, and because of that, they're really dominating this set.
Toxic Spoons subbing in on the side of the Purple Eagles, so Another one in here as this one kicks off the corner down in front. The shot is on. Pass to Snitzel making the save. Toxic Spoons can't find the touch. Another one out wide. And pass to Snitzel now trying to buy some time here through this corner. Leaves it for Toxic Spoons. And this one will find its way to the Montana backline. Pinched away by two players there. Swordbird trying to buy some time. Leaves the touch and passes Sinsel with an awkward defensive play. Shot by Finn wide of the net, and Spoons sweeping across will be able to clear that one away. So the defense for the Purple Eagles holding on through the first minute.
Yeah, definitely a really nice positional defense so far for Niagara. They seem to have cleaned up their defensive zone, which was a must after these first two games where they've just kind of been getting torched in their own end. Hopefully they can turn this good defense into good offense and get some momentum going for them.
Swordbird to deny that play. Pass to Snitzel making that block, and also a bit of a hitbox switch. He switched cars to the Batmobile, which is one of those cars with the plank hitbox, if I remember correctly. Gets you a little bit more power behind each of your touches, but that may not matter. Makes the save down from the ceiling, and Montana keeping the ball in the zone here, but the Purple Eagles defense still able to hold on. That pass from High Crew can't find the touch.
Yeah, just a touchback on that point with the Batmobile. The plank hitbox does give you more power if you hit it the right way. What you do sacrifice for you get that extra length, but you're sacrificing the height of the car, which can result in some lost power unless you're able to get a good flick off on it. So it's plank is really more used in like freestyle play, where they spend a majority of their time in the air. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses this hitbox.
That one will be denied, and Pasha Snitzel too. You have to wonder if part of the reason for switching is because Niagara has struggled to get those clears, getting that extra power possibly, and the hitbox might help, but AZ getting over the back line once more with the flick, make it 1-0.
Yeah, and AZ, that's another oh man, I can't find my words. Example, there it is, of the control over his car. He really just has some fantastic car control. He's able to corral the ball and pretty much do whatever he wants with it. We've seen a few goals in this game, in this set, where he's just taken total control of the ball and just rode it into the back of the net, and that's just another example right there.
An awkward pinch out leaves O'Keefe backtracking. He will be able to pick up a corner boost, has a little bit of possession, does get by one defender, but he won't be able to get by a second as Swordbird is able to cut that play off. AZ looking for a flick, looking for a pass to High Crew, but I think he ends up bumping him out of the way, so no shot on goal there, and Toxic Spoons will find the clear. No boost in the tank though, and High Crew cuts that play off once again. Another tough angle shot wide of the net. O'Keefe to keep this pressure on. Gets pinched all the way to the opposite corner, and Toxic Spoons looking for the clear once again. Pass to Snitzel now. Taken to the skies. O'Keefe to try and answer. Doesn't find the touch, but does get the bump, and AZ controlling this ball well. Gets it by one. Looks for High Crew out mid. Toxic Spoons can't find the touch. The shot from High Crew is wide once again. And with 1:30, Niagara holding on by a thread here, but that shot wide of the net.
Yeah, their defense has performed very well, significantly better than they have in the past two games, holding Montana to 1 goal with just 1:15 left in the game. So definitely a stronger defensive outing for Niagara. Seems like they made the necessary adjustments, but sometimes speed is just a bit too much for a defense, and right there you saw O'Keefe with a nice feed, and very quickly onto that is AZ, and he's just able to deposit that into the back of the net.
Great shot again. Great pass as well from O'Keefe. I love the shot placement too, behind the defender as he's coming right to left on the goaltender. You put it back post, and it's almost always unsavable in that case. So with just over a minute remaining, it is 2-0 for the Grizzlies. Niagara trying to get something on the board here as Pasha Snitzel can't find the backboard touch he needs. Toxic Spoons to keep it in. Has no boost, but he'll send one on. O'Keefe is there to respond. High Crew already down the field, and Pasha Snitzel now stuck in the corner. And Niagara's had a number of these kind of awkward plays. Swordbird able to make that good stop in front, but these awkward touches and awkward positions have really thrown off the Purple Eagles this set.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of get caught in the corner of the field. I don't know if they're just not expecting some angles off the corners or what the case is, but they are definitely getting caught in those corners, and it's really hurt them in this set. That's something that they're going to want to work on and clean up because there's your corner plays in your own defensive zone are some of the most important in terms of getting your ball out.
Pass down in front for Storebird. The shot is on, but AZ is there. Time expiring here, and it will not be enough for the Purple Eagles. Even if they find one, Niagara will be down two, and they cannot find a touch there to get the ball cleared out. High Crew to keep this one up. They're looking for one more for the road. Okifin, the shot is on. The shot is good. Make it 3-0, just like the set. Get the brooms out. The Grizzlies are up 3-0.
Yeah, and that's a really nice pass from Hiker and really skilled play from the Grizzlies as a whole to keep that ball in the air long enough for them to set up that last second goal. Very strong game from them, very strong set for them, a very deserved sweep for the Grizzlies here.
Out shooting Niagara 13-2 in that set. And that's also, I think, a point of emphasis for the Grizzlies. When they get going, their offense, it is the type of offense that loves to pepper the net, averaging over 10 shots a game at least throughout each of their 5 victories so far this season.
Yeah, and their offense, as we saw in this past set, once they get going, there's really no throwing the brakes on them. They're just fantastic in terms of ball movement. Their rotation is very crisp, very clean. They rarely make a mistake, and because of that, they're able to throw so many shots on net. And the very rare times we did see them make a mistake, they were able to come back and make those defensive plays necessary to keep Niagara off the scoreboard.
Absolutely. And we'll get a chance to talk to one of the Grizzlies in just a moment. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, an interview with one of the Grizzlies after the break.